Pregame.com.
Sunday afternoon baseball from Progressive. It's the Rays and the Indians as we wrap up the pre-All-Star season in Major League Baseball. Pitching matchup today is James Shields going up against McAllister for the Tribe. And Brian, as I follow Shields this year, man, he's reverted back to what he was before the 2011 season. He had the outstanding 2011, but all of a sudden he's just given up monster amount of hits per innings pitched. His last three starts, 31 hits allowed in about 19 2/3 innings, and that was his problem before 2011.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that walked a lot of people before, then he turned it on, and everything worked out great for him.
Sure.
And just a couple of flaws in your mechanics is all it takes. Yep. And, you know, he's on a Tampa Bay team that doesn't have a lot of offensive spark, right. And now they've got, you know, Keppinger hurt himself the other day, so he's going to miss a few days, and he's been very good this season, filling in over their second base. And they just don't have a lot of players. They keep trying to pick guys up. They picked up Godzilla. Mm-hmm. That hasn't really helped. You know, they've had a lot of guys that they've talked about bringing in. They actually talked about bringing in a few guys, you know, from even older than him, right. just to get some offense on that team. And as of right now, they're just not finding it.
Now, those last three starts, an ERA approaching 6, a WHIP of about $1.70, and he hasn't been walking a lot of guys over this season, but he's been, like I said, giving up a ton of hits. Last year, by contrast, 195 hits allowed and 249 1/3 innings pitched. So it shows you that he is having a rough time with leaving pitches over the plate. He's not walking guys, but he's giving up a crap load of hits. As far as Cleveland, they're having no problems with runs scored. Your hometown team. Last 7 games, 53 runs scored. That includes being shut out by Jared Weaver, and there's nothing to be ashamed of when you're facing Weaver. And Weaver's had a great career when he pitches at that venue, but here's the bottom line. You take away that game against Weaver, their last 5 games without Weaver, 75 of 196. That's a .383 team batting average, going up against a guy that's leaving pitches over the plate with a Cleveland offense that right now, if you keep the pitch in the park, they're getting solid wood on it. That's a bad situation, I think, for Tampa Bay in this game.
Yeah, Cleveland scored a lot of runs this year, and a lot of people, a lot of the stats guys are thinking they're overrated. And I have to agree, being from Cleveland, they are overrated.
A little bit.
But it was interesting in that Weaver game, is even though he throws the shutout, they have, in the 8th inning, bases loaded, nobody out, can't score. In the 9th inning, first and second, I believe, 1 out, couldn't score. So they had their chances against Weaver, but he was able to wiggle out of it because he's an all-star
I don't
pitcher.
remember if Friere went in that game for the Angels to close it out, but that's the way he's been. He puts guys on base but doesn't let them score. You feel like the wheels are going to come off one of these days and they're going to have an implosion in that bullpen. But McAllister going for the Tribe. He's had a nice run since being recalled, the 2 games. 11 innings, and he's got 11-1 strikeout to walk ratio right now, which is great. And you're going up against a Rays team, as you mentioned, doesn't provide a lot of offense.
Yeah, McAllister has been their best, most consistent starter on the season. They're 4-0 in his home starts this season. And I didn't know why they sent him down to the minors back the first time, because he pitched pretty well when he was up there. The thing is, with Cleveland, they've got some of the older guys, Jimenez and Lowe. They got to give them the time. You know, they're not going to really send them down to the minors. I mean, especially when you sign Lowe for a 1-year contract. So they've got some young pitchers. We saw some out of Jimenez before, and some of the other guys they've got. But they've got some pretty good pitchers, and he's one of them. And he hasn't gotten a lot of publicity. I think he's going to get a little bit of a line value here with him also.
So do I, and I'm going to take the Cleveland Indians. I think you got a little bit better pitcher right now in McAllister over Shields, and a lot better hitting team going on right now with the Tribe. So I'll back Cleveland. He's Bryan Leonard. I'm Scott Spreitzer. That's going to do it for pre-All-Star Baseball 2012. Don't forget to check out videos coming up next week. We got 4-day break, Monday through Thursday, extra day tagged on at the end for the All-Star break. We'll be back here next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at pregame.tv.